what do you know? May 23rd, 2024. Boy, we're already a month post-halving. We had some crazy stuff happen today. We're going to talk about it. Hope everyone had an awesome week. We've had a very active week over in our Discord. Got a lot to talk about. Well, you know how we do it here. Straight charts, straight facts, no hopium, all data, 100%. Let's get it. Welcome to Crypto After Dark. If you haven't been here before, we keep it real simple here. Here's what I ask of you. Please go hit like. It costs nothing. It's free to hit like. The more likes we get, the more people that see this via YouTube. While you're there, hit the subscription bell. And don't forget while you're there to also hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a live stream from now on. All the time people say, I don't see the live stream link. I don't see the live stream link. Well, hit the little bell and then you won't miss it. What are you fading for, bro? Come on. So let me say hey to everyone and then we'll get to cracking. I saw some people in the chat over here that I wanted to say hey to. So real quick, what's up, Jane Doe? Oh, let's go. I hope my applause button worked. Jane Doe's been around for a long time. How are you, ma'am? Good to see you back. And good coming to hang out. Baylor 2 times. What's up? Good to see you. Ron Poteet was first. So shout out Ron Poteet from the 786 Jungle, bro. Jeremy Munro's not even drunk yet. My cousin Jeremy's on here. He said, BBL Drizzy Dre. You stupid dude. What's up, Cheese? Good to see you. Golden Tall Man says, I'm feeling bullish. Bro, I feel it, dude. So China Matt has a joke for us. Let's hear it. Why did the crypto trader get kicked out of the HOA meeting? Because he kept insisting that the community pool should be replaced with a liquidity pool. Classic. Good job. That's a good dad joke, bro. Phonetic Duck, good to see you. Kaizen, brother Beal. What's up, Diego? Good to see you, brother. Crafty One, what's up? How are you? Bill Childers, what's up? Andrew Inascu, what's good, my guy? Thor, the Boat Painter, but Thor's Hammer's on here as well. Good to see you, brother. Terry Brennan, how are you? Of course, we're still making videos. Jump over in our Discord right there, wap.com/team786. What are you waiting for? You've been gone for a while. Hey, we're still here. We ain't never left, and we ain't going nowhere. We'll keep doing this YouTube thing till they don't let us do it no more. Carmine Gliss, what's up? Good brother, good to see you. Papa Nick Fresh is on here. Okay, now we can get started. Soda, what's up? Jared Sosa, Ariana, how are you, man? Crypto Addict, Crew Chief 2, what's good? Mink, we got several people on tonight. Let's get off into it. This is the Bitcoin bit stamp pair. I'm doing timestamps. 4 minutes. The Bitcoin USDC pair for Bitstamp. Why is this important? I use Bitstamp because this chart is very old. It's also an exchange chart that reports their data to TradingView. Talk about this a lot, but I want to use data that's reported, not data that's on their website. All right, the reported data is shared. The data that's on their website is different. Okay, several people, to explain something real quick, several people recently, good to see you, Tim. What's up, brother? Long time no see. Several people have recently said, hey man, if I look at the price of Bitcoin on Coinbase, they're selling it for one price and buying it for another price. And then they sell it to you for a totally different price. Absolutely, folks. That's called slippage, all right? They're allowed to do that. They're allowed to sell it to you for a premium and buy it to you for cheaper than the premium because it's their exchange, their rules. They'll also give you a chart that looks a little inaccurate compared to what you would normally see if you looked at TradingView. And they're allowed to do that too because you're on their website, all right? It's the click thing to do. So they're going to do it. No different with BitTrue, KuCoin, MEXC, Binance US, regular Binance, whatever other one you're using. They're all going to do the same thing on their app, on their website, right? It's so you don't go elsewhere and look, all right? It's kind of a sucker move. So I don't want everyone to fall into the trap of looking at exchange charts on the app and thinking, oh, well, this is definitely right. No, they can manipulate that data legally, all right? You need to go over to TradingView and look through TradingView and find it there because there you'll find an unbiased opinion. They have to be unbiased when they go on TradingView, all right? What's up, by the way? JP, good to see you. Eric Denim Logic, how are you? Christian, how are you? Good to see y'all, fellas. 50 people on 31 likes. Go hit like. free dollars. It's free. There you go. So, yeah, while you're there, go hit the notification bell and subscribe. We're still hanging out pretty high here. Now, a couple problems. Number one, we hit Sniper's Alley on the retrace upward. What do I mean by retrace upward? Well, I'll start by explaining this. We had a nice big run up, and now that we had this nice big run up, we're kind of consolidating, also known as accumulating. Price is not doing very much, but it broke out. And when it broke out over here. Right over here is a breakout. Now that we have a breakout, we can start a retrace back in the other direction. It was going down. It's no longer going down. Now it's going up. That is a breakout upward. So we can measure that upward breakout as well. We'll follow where that trend line is with fibs. We'll grab the same point from the top to the bottom. We'll kind of use the dotted trend line that you see there as just kind of a trend line marker. Kind of something like that. And as you see, she got absolutely bang, bang, chitty, chitty. It's supposed to be the other way around, but I shifted it. Changed the words, not the flow. Actually, I changed the flow, not the words. But whatever, you get it. Nonetheless, Sniper's Alley got hit right there. Sniper's Alley gets your head chopped off. If you were wondering why we're called the 786 Assassins, well, folks, there you see it. 786, 886, she ain't playing nice. And it rejected pretty cleanly. That's not the end of the world, though, all right? Couple more pieces to this. I want you to remember what I just said about this thing hitting the 786 and rejecting, okay? Let's dig in a little deeper. If I go to the next step and I pull up the 821 EMA and the 50-day moving average, they both look pretty good, don't they? I can remove these fibs. You can see it a little better. The yellow line here is our 50-day moving average. The technique is very simple. 2 candles over, you're good. And that just happened not too long ago. 2 candles under, you sell and you wait. Or you scale out and you wait. Up to you to pick your own plan. 821 EMA works a lot the same way. You're just using 2 lines instead of 1. 2 over the green, good. 2 under the purple, bad. Green is 8 EMA. Purple is 21 EMA. We're over all 3 of them. So everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. Much ado about nothing, as they say in the old English terms. Much ado about nothing is Shakespeare for you guys who don't know. And for you ladies who don't know. Slutty Roo, good to see you. Oh shit, JP donated $2. Let's go, JP. I have no problem handling that. I have a tranny fluid right here. So let's crack one open real quick. Thanks for the donation. Here we go. Shout out Dylan Mulvaney. Shake that ass, baby girl. No diddy. Rock and roll. Back to the charts. Subtext. So that was just the 821 EMA, the 50 moving average that I just showed you. Those 3 look good. We did get chopped down by Sniper's Alley, but that's not the end of the world. I'll show you more about that in a minute. How about the Ichimoku cloud? Why do we use the Ichimoku cloud? Well, the Ichimoku cloud is good for confluence. You need 4 green check marks out of 4 possible check marks. If you get red X's, well, that's 25% that you might not want to have in. All right, of your money, I mean. So first rule of the Ichimoku cloud, is the price over the cloud? Well, it's not the first rule, it's one of them, but is the price over the cloud? You can see the red cloud right through here, and right through here is the green cloud. Well, it's very much over, so that's 1 check mark. How about, is the blue line, the conversion line, over the baseline, the red line? And it very much is. Right here's our blue line, right here's our baseline, our red line, so what is another green check mark? That's 2 out of 4. How about number 3, which would be the lag line, the white line that you see back here? Is that line over or is it under the candles? It's very much over, but that is a check mark. That's 3 out of 4. And last but not least, is the cloud on the end green or red? Well, right here it is. As you see, it just recently flipped green. So you have 4 out of 4 on the Ichimoku cloud daily chart for Bitcoin. You're looking pretty darn good there. Nothing to worry about. In fact, it's dancing on top of the cloud right here, and it could continue to do so even if it fell down a little bit more. As you see, there's a void in the cloud right here. And as you see, it could very much work its way over there and give it a tippy tap. Good news is we're on the good side of this short-term green uptrend. As long as we are on the good side of this, es muy bueno. This side, not so much bueno. Okay. Not so much bueno. I want you to remember here, we've just started the bull run. There's nothing wrong with taking profits. In fact, you're going to see me take profits a ton and talk about taking profits a ton. However, I'm not trying to run away and hide and sit in a bunch of stables right now. Every time I see a good retrace, I'm trying to buy that. The thumbnail says, we're buying. We're buying. Why? Well, we just started a bull run. We have uptrends and we're getting 821 crosses and 50 moving average crosses. We're getting cloud confirmations. Sorry, folks, I'm buying. I'm not running away and hiding from this. And I'll get a little bit more into what I'm talking about in a couple minutes. We'll reserve that. And we got to give $200 away. I got $200 to give away I did a giveaway on Twitter. I said if the post that I made got 100 likes and 50 retweets, that I would give away $200 total, $100 to 2 different people. And it happened. It hit 100 and plus. It hit more than 100. Let me look and see real quick. I'm going to do more talking and less hurrying up, by the way, because I like to just kind of say my piece sometimes. Just a dude. So, all right. Let's see how many we got. So we got 115 likes and 66 retweets. That is all we needed. So I'm going to pick 2 people. So look right here. I'm going to scroll this up and down a few times, and then I'm going to stop. And then that person is going to get DM'd by me. That's better. That person's going to get DM'd by me, and I'm going to send them $100 USDT probably on TRC20. All right. So we'll scan around a couple times and stop. That person is NFTs, dude. I am male JB. That's going to be the first one. I am male JB at I am male JB. There's your first winner. Let's do that one more again, shall we? Same person can't win twice. All right. I made the rules on that. Sorry. And we will stop right. Abashe. At Abashe. At Abash underscore. There's our second winner. Bam, right there. So go give them a follow while you're there. You saw their Twitter handles right here on the channel. Each one of them just won $100. Bam. All right. So Nick Fresh would like to let everyone know that it's all rigged. Oh God, Nick's great. So congratulations to the 2 people who won. Super thank you for coming on, hanging out, listening, watching, following along. Now you won $100. Damn, Jared Socha. Learned all the basics from TA, from Keith Vids 4 years ago back in 2020 in the laundry room. Let's go, dude. You remember. I make more from trading now than I do in my day job. Shout out to you, Keith. Keep up the good work. Let's take a screenshot of that one, bro. That is next level awesome. Let's go, dude. Copy. And paste. Right there we go. Thank you, Jared Sosa. That's super awesome, dude. Thank you for being around. If you're not on the Discord, jump over on the Discord too, bro. Hang out. We do this nonstop 24/7. You're probably there, but thank you nonetheless. How cool is that, dude? Man remembers back when we were in the laundry room, back before we had a fancy drum set, fancy lights, and whiskey cabinets. We started out with just a good old laundry room with an orange wall behind me. You guys remember that when I was using Post-it notes to explain stuff. Man, this ain't New Jack City no more, is it? We done come a long way. Thank y'all, and I super appreciate it, dude. So, I told you I wanted to talk about the 786 headshot that it took right here on the way up, right there. 786 headshot. Can't deny it, won't deny it. Interestingly enough, here's a breakdown of all 3. I'm going to drop the camera off. Of all 3 halvings minus 2020. I can't put all 4 of them on there. I can, and I'll show you all 4 in a moment, but I wanted you to see these 3 here. On the left, this is 2012. I know that sounds scary. 2012, yeah. Price action looks similar to what we have in 2012. As you see, price ran up, broke the 50 moving average right here. Once it broke the 50 moving average, it shot up to Sniper's Alley right through here and got chopped down. If you look, we had some sell pressure come in and push the price down to roughly the 618 fib underneath. See that? That's important. I want you to keep track on this. So 2012, you broke the 50-day moving average, the yellow line. You sprinted to Sniper's Alley. At what point that was a retrace, rather short, brief retrace, and then you turned right back around and kept going up. 2016 is in the middle, was a little slower. As you see, we've been kind of tracking this to 2020. This looks closer to 2012 than it does 2016. It's honestly a hybrid of all four. I'll show you that in a moment. Nonetheless, you see that we broke the trend. We broke over the 50-day moving average here, and we never failed it once it got going. Not only that, if you scroll around a little bit here, you'll see later on it gets hit right on the 786 and does a pretty angular, steep retrace right here that you can't see behind the numbers. This one's not quite as similar as the other two, but close. And the piece de resistance is now. As you see, we made our run up. We broke the 50. We hit 786, 886, just like we did back here. We rejected. When we rejected down to the 618, just like it did all the way back in 2012. Hey, Keith, that sounds crazy. What about 2020? You can't deny it. Well, here you go. Here's the last four halvings: 2012, 2016, 2020, 2024. Guess what happened in 2020? Once you broke that 50-day moving average right here in April, price goes up and up and up, and then it hits what? Sniper's Alley right here. All right, all through here, price struggles to break out, doesn't really get moving as fast as you wanted it to, kind of plays ping pong and goes sideways. When it goes ping pong sideways, it kind of just dances around and then eventually breaks north. There's all four of them. All four of them have had a similar move, up to 786, bit of a retrace, and that was kind of it. From there was no more retrace. It was all over, and it was nothing but up and sideways for the duration, right? That's important to understand because it looks like it's happening again, all right? Is it going to be exactly like 2012? No. Exactly like 2016? Probably not. Exactly like 2020? It's already not the same as 2020, so no. You're going to get a modified variation of all three halvings plus the one we just had, all right? You're going to get them kind of all mashed together and kind of mixed up. They're going to be close to all of each other. Why? Because Bitcoin is extremely mathematical. This isn't super complicated and super hard to understand. Essentially, we just have to sit back and watch now. Buy what you can. Take your profits where you can. This is probably Bitcoin summer. We'll do Bitcoin dominance here in a little bit, but I'm going to switch to Ethereum because Ethereum had an awesome day. Nonetheless, that's what I see on Bitcoin. Sorry that took so long to explain, and I owe Jared Sosa a drink. Me, Shane Gillis, Kid Rock, and Dylan Mulvaney. We're bringing Bud Light back. Let's go, Jared Sosa. Sven, what's up? Good to see you. Thoth, who has not liked this live? Good question, bro. Made Figure says 100. Thank you. Jalen says, how do you feel about DCA trading Bitcoin in this time? Nothing at all wrong with that. I think if you're going to do it, this is the perfect time, Jalen. What I mean is, for the next couple months, we're going to get sideways and up. And if you have money, extra money to put in, well, there's no better time before things really pop off. In the next year and a half, there's going to be a time where you have to stop doing that. And you can just buy stable coins rather than buy Bitcoin, right? Because we're going to hit a top here eventually, and everything's going to slow down. I don't think that time's now. I think now is the time to accumulate. For me, it's time to accumulate. It's time to get as much as I can in the market as fast as I can. I'm trying. I'm not perfect. I can only go so fast. We're getting there though. All right. And I don't think there's anything wrong with DCA and now, right? That's going to have to stop eventually, but you'll get away with it for now, for sure. I think until the end of the year for sure. All right. Then we'll see how things change. All right. Jesus, patterns. We love patterns. All right. So Carmine says, yeah, Ethereum, let's go. And let's do that. All right. Let's talk about Ethereum a little bit. I've got an Ethereum chart pulled up right here, folks. What do you know? I even added Watcher Guru's post about the SEC officially approving it, right? See it right there. Officially proven an ETF. What is an ETF? Just like we talked about with Bitcoin, this will be important to talk about. And we started at 2110. So what is an ETF again? For those who forgot after the Bitcoin ETF come out, it's pretty simple, all right? Essentially rich people who don't want to buy Bitcoin automatically, they go to a different place to do it. Someone who's quote unquote trusted to do it for you if you give them money, right? We call those hedge funds. And now hedge fund works a little different than you think it does, right? It's not so much deceivious, greedy stuff going on in the background. There is some of that. But an ETF is just an exchange traded fund, a group of many, many people's money that once they pile up enough money, they go and buy an asset. And in this case, it's going to be Ethereum. Same rules apply for Ethereum that applied for Bitcoin. It has to be bought with cash. It's got to be bought on Coinbase. They get to custody all of the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF money. So any money that comes in goes over there to Coinbase. That means if you haven't got Coinbase stock and you think about buying it, you might want to chart it. It might be worth your time to look at Coinbase stock to hold on in your retirement portfolio for long term on the count of the government literally forcing them to hold people's money. All right. So why is this important? Well, not only now is Bitcoin an option for people who to buy crypto who wouldn't automatically do so, now they have a secondary option. After they make money in Bitcoin, they're going to have the ability to say, hey, I think I did pretty well in Bitcoin. I'd like to shift that focus over to maybe something else that's a little bit more risky here, all right? How about that Ethereum stuff? How about some of that Ether? All right, well, cool story and all. That may or may not be the wrong time to do it, but it'll bring new people's money in. And new money coming in is never a bad thing, all right? If you people want a blow off top and you want all these crazy prices and this wild stuff to happen, we need these money inflows to be part of it, all right? What's really wild is you couldn't have more bullish news for Ethereum. And the chart basically went flat, all right? Didn't really go up or down. It kind of went sideways, which is exactly why I don't care about the news. There's 1,000 other things that I could do rather than trying to trade the news. It's a terrible idea. Waiting for a news article to be the reason that you buy or sell, in my opinion, is never a good idea. So I prefer to stick to the chart. Good news is you can see all of my buy lines on the left over here. I just been buying some Ethereum here and there with extra money that I've got, throwing some profits here and there into it. And I'm above all of those buys. So I'm in the money on Ethereum, which is dope. I'm not in the money in maybe one or two assets out of all of them. For the most part, I'm in the money on everything, and couldn't be more happy about that. Why is this important? This, in my opinion, creates a legit two blue chip setup. We didn't have that before, and we could assume that Ethereum was going to be a blue chip. Ads coming in 5 seconds, so I'm sorry. I'll be right back after the ad. And I'll keep talking during the ad, right? Because it's going to kind of suck to sit around and wait on the ad to finish, and you're going to go, oh, well, some of them not looking at ads, and some of them are. I'll give you a moment. While we're doing that, let's look at some questions. Jalen says, I coded my own algo and have some great back test numbers. I already have 50K myself in and would love to talk to your support and show if you may be interested. Oh, you're wanting me to buy your bot? No, we can make our own bots. They're pretty easy to do. What am I buying right now? Well, we can do that right here in a minute. Canon Pro, good to see you, bro. Soto said no ads for me. Let's go. Mr. Q says, what are your faves or favorite sectors? For me right now, I'm 99% crypto, 1% Forex. I have no money at all in the stock market. I could care less to give my money to people to do stuff for me. I'm not a fan of Robinhood after I got screwed over last bull run. Webull's okay. I just prefer to buy crypto instead. I can just buy Bitcoin or Ethereum and stack it and make more money than I can in the stock market. unless I go doing options, and then I have to really buckle down and focus because, hey, you need focus in order to do leverage trades with options like that. So, you can float them and you can straddle them, and I get all that. I get it. But for what it's worth, I don't have a ton of time for that. I'm a dad first, and I have all you guys to talk to. No, I do not have a Roth IRA. I am my own retirement. I'm not giving anybody my money to invest for me. Not a dollar. Not a single dollar. Never again. It'll never happen again. All right. So to the chart we go on Ethereum, less talking about what an ETF is and more talking about how the chart works. So clearly we had a big ugly downtrend right here that waited and waited and waited and waited and waited to break. Took forever, but finally, snap, it broke. And when it broke, it went fast. Look at that. Cracked through the trend. Not only did it crack through the trend, but it broke every single moving average all at once. This is one of those times when waiting for confirmation would have cost you. All right. You can't be perfect with all this. We can't always have it marked down to the titty. The good news is we did have an 821 cross back here before it really took off. It was really, really close, but it was there. You also had 2 candles closed over the 8 EMA. 1, 2, 3 actually. 3 actually. We're starting to limp in on some assets that are way down by using the 821 EMA and using the 50-day moving average as some confirmation. So let's say I was going to buy an asset like Ethereum and I had $1,000 and I didn't know when exactly I wanted to buy. I didn't know exactly how to limit myself as far as risk goes. So I could split it up. When I get an 821 confirmation, like we see here, 3 candles closed. I only needed 2. I got 3. I could go ahead and buy half. When I get the candle to close or look like it's going to close over the 50-day moving average, I prefer a close. Once it closes over the yellow line, the 50-day moving average, that's my other half of the money in. That would be the safest way to do it. If you want to do it even safer than that, you can split it up into 4s and do quarters, about a quarter and a quarter and a quarter, right? That's also fine. That's another strategy. For me, Ethereum is a longer term hold for the bull market, and I'll sell it at the end. I can't swing trade everything. That's too much, even for me. So if it's too much for me, it's probably going to be too much for you. It's probably not the smart thing to do. And that's me, a pro trader, telling you not to go doing this because you'll probably get burned. But we did get a sniper's alley kick right here, and we haven't gotten through it just yet. We might get a little bit of a stall back and roll over until the beginning of June or the middle of June, but I'm confident on the summer here, all the way through the end of August. It looks like September and October will have a bit of a slowdown. Once we have that bit of a slowdown, that's going to be election season. You'll have some uncertainty, some not sure enough what's going to happen, some some non-clarity on some things. After the election, we'll probably get another little run up. Then the new year comes around, and that's when our altcoin season starts, when you get not just Bitcoin running the show, but others, right? And we can talk about those others in a minute, but that was a really long explanation on Ethereum, and I didn't mean for it to last that long, but it did. So, all right. Let's see. What's up, Bebsy? Good to see you. Peter Navarro, but I think I see you in your earlier video that may be the last bull market. Wait a minute. I think I heard you say in your earlier video that this may be the last bull market. Yeah. What I mean by that? What I mean by that is you don't know. It's hard to plan for something that you don't have any control of happening. Looking back at the last bull market and going, we're going to have another one. We had a little bit of a lead up to that because of the fact that we knew they were eventually going to make Bitcoin and Ethereum into an ETF. They just didn't have the time to do it last time. All those scams popped up. You had SBF doing everything he did, and it still didn't go away. For me, that was a marker to say, hey, this stuff ain't leaving. All we got to do is find close to the bottom, and we're titties. And that's essentially what's happened here. We found close to the bottom. We've been buying and selling and buying and selling. We've managed to accumulate a pretty good bit amount of money so far. It's only going to get better. But I don't guarantee anything here. It's not a guarantee that we get more and more and more and more bull runs. It's just not. Don't get me wrong. I'm very bullish on all this stuff. I get what's going on. I get what's happening, and I'm here. I'm tuned into it. Same time, I don't have a guarantee. All right. Quinny Jen says, what's up? Good to see you, bro. It said a win by a certain guy would move the chart from sentiment alone. I kind of agree and kind of don't. Again, we'll already have a buy signal before that happens, but I would agree that earth-shaking, monumental things happening do matter. But usually I already happen after the chart. So it matters, but it doesn't matter to me because I'll already be in. I'll have already bought it or already sold it before that happened. That's the magic and the beauty of the charts. All right, so the thumbnail. Hold on, let me write this down because I'm doing time stamps. All right, so is your first choice Bitcoin to buy right now? No, it's not. It's just something that I throw extra money in sometimes when I'm not sure where to put it. I've been buying other stuff like Velo. It's going to be tough to see here, and I know this looks very odd and weird, but this is the daily chart at the very top where I had our last higher low and higher high. Since forth, we've kind of went sideways and done a little dirty dance here, and it hasn't broken out, but I did see this thing sweep the low, meaning come down to this low point, make a retrace, and see what's happening. It hasn't failed yet. It still could. However, check this out. The 50 moving average is right there. So essentially today, I just waited and waited and waited and waited until it got close to hitting the 50-day moving average. I went down to the super low time frames to find the best place that I could get that I thought my order would feel and hit like I wanted it to. And it happened. I sold Velo up here. I rebought it down here. I got 15% for free. That 15%, instead of buying more Velo, I rebought Velo, and I also bought Solana, Solana, AVAX, and Link, all three. As a matter of fact, I like all three of those to break all-time high sooner rather than later. And I think all those will outperform Bitcoin eventually. Now, that doesn't mean that Bitcoin won't be the king for first. It probably will. It'll probably rule the roost here first and kind of show out, but that doesn't mean that other things can't do well. Now, I'm going to back out a little bit here on Velo and show you why I was thinking what I was thinking. All right, so we know that we've got a bit of a Adam and Eve pattern here. What is an Adam and Eve pattern? Well, I'll zoom this in real big for us. You have a downtrend, you have a breakout to resistance, you have a bit of a cup form, and then it breaks out over that resistance that it bumped its head on last time. You get a bit of a retest, and then it's gone. And here's what it looks like with candles, right? Big downtrend, pop up. Slow sweep, pop up. Retest, pop up. Now let's go to the actual chart of what we've got. Here's our downtrend, here's our pop up. Here's our slow forming cup on the right that broke through resistance, which was right here at this solid white line, the 382 fib. We broke through that 382 fib, and since we have broken through that 382 fib, we've ran up to a certain level. It was a 1.272 upward retrace. It has since forth started to retrace back. It could come all the way back to this 382 level, and I could try to rebuy it there. But I want to not press my luck too much on the greed, and I kind of split the difference from where I took profits to where the best optimal place would be. I'm good enough on getting a 15% rebate. I don't need to get hyper greedy. This thing never made it to the upper 50 fib, which was right here. Never quite made it, and now it's in the range between the 382 and the 50. And since that's the case, I'm going to give it a little bit here to finally finish cooking its own little magic brew here. All right, there are many, many, many other charts that look good as well. This was just the one I bought back today because this was the biggest take profit that I've ever had, $24,000 in one trade. That's insanity. So went ahead and took that money, rebought, and since I rebought with a surplus, I used that money to buy elsewhere and add to my positions in Solana, AVAX, and Link, all three, which also look decent. We can look at those in a moment. But yeah, hey, I think long-term, Velo has a shot at getting all the way up here. Back to the weekly here. I think it's got a shot, move this fib off, at getting all the way up here toward a quarter. That's where our 786, 886 fib is at the end of the bull run. Now, obviously we could go higher than that, but I just don't see that right now, okay? We haven't even gotten above this 50 fib yet, which is the crucial thing to happen. It needs to get over this 50 fib. Once it gets over that 50 fib by the end of the year, I'll have more confidence that it'll get up here toward a quarter. Here's what I stand to make if this plays out the way I want it to. There you go. There are my take profit levels on the way up. And I've got Gann grids drawn on this on 3 different dimensions. This is a very complex chart that I've drawn. That's not the point. I just want you to see what I stand to make if these levels get hit. Obviously, I want this upper level to happen at around 30 cents. I don't think that's going to happen. I would like to see a quarter. I think that would be about $500,000 for me. 20 cents, 463, 16 cents, $370,000. I think that one's probably going to happen. All right. One step at a time. Don't get ahead of ourselves, but that's why I rebought it. For me, the couple percent in gambling to try to make a perfect touch might not be the best idea. I got 15% for free, and in a world where we're about to have a big bull run, 15% can end up being a lot of money. All right. For me, it was about $3,200, but that 15% can go a long way later, especially if I 6 to 10x that, right? That's $21,000 if I 6x it. All right. I never see the timestamps when I see an older vid. Yeah, because I have to go back and add the timestamps later, and they don't always go in right. That's a pain in the butt. That's why. Timestamps are one of the more ridiculous things I do for a live stream. It's easier to do them on a regular video. I can put timestamps in very easily, but on live streams, I have to go add them after the fact, and it's not so easy because sometimes it doesn't let me edit it like I want it to. YouTube Studio isn't exactly perfect as far as that goes. Crack level back test go. Thank you, Cheese. Move chart. Make chart prove the move legit. Exactly. Thank you, Cheese. Make the chart prove that it's a legit move. Don't just think about it or guess it. Make it prove it. And I like that. All right. Text said, can we look at Link? So here's the Link chart. Similar to what we just saw on Bitcoin, right? You saw the very swift breakout of Bitcoin and Ethereum, who did the same thing. Well, just the other day, Link had a good move itself, and it ran up and broke over the short-term 50 fib right here. Now, it looks like it's trying to engulf and break the current high of May, which was about 17.15. If it can break that, it can make another run up here to Sniper's Alley, roughly 19 to 20 bucks. And that's just short term. That's just getting started. Okay. The good news is it's gotten back over the big 50 fib over here. And these green lines you can see are just my dollar cost averaging lines where I'm just throwing profits over here. This is one of my profit dumps. When I do good on a trade and I need to kick the profits over to somewhere, well, this is where it goes, over to Chainlink, and just sits over here, right? This makes me money. And as I limit on how much I can kind of lose here, it's house money to begin with, which is why I do it. I'll pull this short-term fib off so you can see a little bit more cleanly. There you go. You could argue that we're making a head and shoulders. I understand that. I get it, right? I'm not stupid. I can see that stuff. But until the trend's broken, I'm not too much worried about that. When the trend fails and this thing rolls over here and starts coming over here and playing, well, that's a little spooky, and we'll see. I like the fact that it got back over 16 bucks, 16.25. That was the 50 fib. Being over that opens up the golden pocket again, which is up here at 21 bucks to 26 bucks. That's awesome. And if I put these short-term fibs back up, they show us where we can potentially go in the future, which is up here towards Sniper's Alley at $30 to $40, 27 to 35 to be specific. That's the golden pocket to Sniper's Alley. I'm here for that. All right, that's dang near 100% gains for me just on Link. And this, again, is just profits from other trades that I've thrown over here to kind of be safe with it, right? Let me see how long I've been talking about this. Looks like I've been doing it for a minute. 39 was Chainlink. Again, 100% gains. I can't complain about taking profits, putting it somewhere, and then making 100%. That's win, win, win. All right. Do I think it can break all-time high? I said that earlier. Yeah, I do. That's 53 bucks. If I put this in linear mode, log mode doesn't matter. My numbers still come out really good here, 66 to 83 in linear. And if I had a linear blow off top, be 115. If I put that in log mode, that still gets us up here to 1272, 1414 area in log mode, which tells me we're probably going to have a pretty good bull run for Link here too. Again, another reason why I was able to use this for a profit drop. All right, make a good trade, hit a home run, stick my profits over in Chainlink, leave it there. It'll do well. And if I really, really, really need the money, I can take some out of it and use it to buy something else. All right, because it's where I was throwing my profits as a safety net. Part of my plan that I didn't do last time, what I'm doing now, right here live in front of everybody. And as you know, guys, we keep it real here. No BS, no games, no gimmicks, just straight charts only. That being said, I need to real quick send you a short ad for Project 2023. So if you would, for the next minute, check this out. Now, Project 2033 is a 10-year commitment to some of the best cryptocurrency education across the entire internet, all in one spot for you to make it easy to get to look through, figure out what it is that you want to learn about, whether that be technical analysis from me, whether it's how Bitcoin works, basics of cryptocurrencies, there's a glossary of terms. Perhaps you want to know how to use Coinbase. You want to know how to use Robinhood, all in one spot. All you need to do is check it out. If you look below in the description of this video, you'll see it just down below. Click on the link. That'll send you over. Put in your information. Before you know it, you'll be on your way. Project 2033. Check it out. Now, why do I put Project 2023 on there? Because Greg's a really good guy. It's a really cool idea to put everything in one spot together. And my contributions is TA videos and TA stuff. So go check it out. If you want to know more about crypto and you don't think you're getting it from our Discord, well, you have everything in one spot over at Project 2033. All right, cool. And if anybody uses your link, you get it for free forever. Anybody uses your link will be in your email. Okay. How about we pick a different one? What say you? I don't do too many altcoins on here anymore, but I do some. One that I just found via DMs, and I don't want to give the person away who told me about this because I don't think they want me to. This is called Dimension. It's DYM USDT. I recently bought this. Why did I recently buy this? This thing launched, went really high, then pulled back. A lot of charts look like this new stuff that come out. The market cap isn't too high, and this has the ability to multiply rapidly. And because it has the ability to multiply rapidly, it may be easier to break all-time high and really get cooking, right? And because of that, I want to make it every advantage I can here and try to get as much money out of this market as I can. So I have taken some positions on some of these like these. If I go from the top to the bottom on this short-term fib right here, which runs out in the summer, that's still 11 to 16 bucks. Right now it's $2. So 2 to 16 is an 8x. I really have a hard time complaining about that. So I went ahead and bought some of this as the market starts to turn the corner here, and we're seeing Bitcoin and the uppers kind of drag alts along with them. It's cool because that gives us the opportunity to buy low caps and do pretty darn well with them. Low caps don't always win. They're a riskier play, but I think it may be worth it on some of these. And it does look like we got a little bit of a trend break here now. It's still in its infant stages of being a good play. 821 EMA, not quite. Remember what I just said? You want to see this thing over the 821 EMA here? It's not quite there yet, is it? But it is forming a bit of a bottom formation. It did this before, though. So let's be careful, not get caught with our pants down, all right? I'd like to see it over this 50 moving average as well. And that's way up at 350. That's another 25% up. So is it worth the risk to buy it now? Or do you wait for a little bit more confirmation? That's why I say no one should copy me. Obviously, if you copy me, you'd have already bought this and you'd be being very risky with it. This was just some money that I had extra. That's exactly why I did it. All right. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't even have bought it. Let's see. How about Big Time. Okay. So here's a good example of one absolutely ripping your guts out when you just add it to the don't look at it pile, which is what I did with Big Time. I bought this Big Time at 41 cents. Why did I do that? Because I said, you know what? I'm going to buy this with profits from something else, and I'm going to forget about it. Don't worry about it because the market cap's fairly low and it's the bull market happening and you don't need to trade everything and blah, blah, blah. Then it proceeded to go all the way down to 16 cents, 60% reduction in price. So when I got the opportunity to DCA this, that was my plan also. If I get the chance to DCA one time on all these that failed on me, I'm going to take that opportunity. I got my opportunity with Big Time. So I bought another buy down here, the same as my upper one. That put my average in the middle. Now that my average is in the middle, I'm getting closer to getting back in profits, obviously. We have an 821 cross here. This is the way you have to do it when you fail, all right? This is an example of me failing and now trying to turn the corner on it. We have an 821 good look here. We do not have a 50 moving average good look yet, so we're about 50-50 on whether this is going to be good or not, isn't it? Not quite there yet. It's close. It's not quite there yet. It does have a broken trend here. Can't deny that. All right, like that. Trend's broken. That's good. We're on the right side of that. Now we just need to give it a little bit more time, kind of work itself out. There's going to be stuff in the way, going to be some stumbling blocks here. It's not just going to run up and be a champ immediately. Look, that thing's got the 50 and the 200 moving average up here in the way. So what I may do is, once this thing jumps back over my average price, get some of my profits out and take some of the risk off the table on this thing. Maybe find some other place to DCA if I need to, or stick it in another coin and dollar cost average a different coin, right? I don't need to be crazy. I don't need to be crazy here. I want to take it slow and simple. Slow and simple. What's another one? Let's see. Did I add more? Blur? No. CRV is a good example. This piece of crap, CRV. Oh, I didn't write down what I was talking about. I was just doing Big Time. And that was 46 minutes. All right, and now we're going to do CRV. And that's going to be at 48.40. All right, CRV is one of my biggest failures here. I thought we would get more out of this, and it's been one of the worst charts in crypto. It's still sitting near its 2020 lows. Right down here is our 2020 lows, and it really isn't far off of the 2020 lows. It's such a bad underperformer that I should have never bought it. I should have just put the money somewhere else, potentially Bitcoin or Ethereum, and it would have been fine. That's another lesson learned, right? If we get another bull run, I want to be less risky next time, right? I want to buy blue chips and kind of just leave it alone because I think that's all I need to do. I don't need to be silly and degenerate with this stuff and with this money anymore. The good news is it's jumped the trend. I like that. And as far as 821 EMA and 50 moving average, look, it's trying to get right. It broke the 821. That was great. It's playing around with the 50. It's got good buy pressure right here from yesterday. It tried to fail, but it pulled back up and held strong. And now it's trying to jump the 50. If it does jump the 50, I see it coming up here to the 50 fib at roughly 56 cents. That's because the 100 and the 200 moving average are in the same spot up here, and it's kind of foreshadowing to come up here and hit this spot. I might go ahead and get all the way out once that spot gets hit because I'll have been well over my average at that point. I can get out with a little bit of profit and find something else. I've already planned to buy Optimism with my CRV. Optimism is at 51 minutes. Looks like it's, 50 and 15. So Optimism is over the 821 and the 50. However, it's stuck under the 100 and the 200 moving average. So while it may move up, it'll be a little bit slower in getting there. And that's why I think I have the time to get out of CRV and put my money into this and add to my position because I've only got about $1,300 or $1,400 in Optimism. And it's a good solid layer one. You'll have plenty of money come into it, blah, 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 all that stuff. What's up, Chadma? Drink is on you. $2. Let's go, bro. Shake that ass, Dylan Mulvaney. Do your thing, baby girl. No Diddy. Gone. That's one American brew gone. Let's see. Oh, goodness, sorry. All right, I don't see any other stuff. All right, because he paid, we will look at DGens. And you guys know I don't want to do this. I don't like being a, I don't like shilling. God, that's bright. I'm sorry. That's what you get for being a degenerate. That thing hits you in the face like a ton of bricks. I'm going to regret doing this. All right. Here is DGens. It's got, I'm going to get rid of these horizontal lines and grid lines. Don't need any of that. I don't need volume. That is useless. All right. I can't deny that it's holding on to the uptrend here. It's kind of consolidating a little bit. If you put Bollinger Bands on this, they'd be very tight. I don't have an 821 moving average on there, but it could tell you it's probably just bouncing back and forth. No, yes, no, yes. $94,000 in liquidity, 500,000 in market cap. So less than 20%. I don't like that. I would like that to be more closer to 40 to 50%. Because of that, I don't like that. There's a couple new ones out that are similar to this, but nonetheless, it doesn't look bad. I'm not in it, but there you go. There's a bit of a triangle, a bit of a pennant, a bit of a bull flag. Optimally, you'd like to see this thing crack the trend and then move up that way, but you're also on the same plane, could see this. You don't know yet until you see the breakout on one side or the other. 52.50. I'm sorry, 52.30. I'm sorry. And that's DGens. All right. So you don't really know until you see it play out. And once it finishes playing out, you go, aha, there you go, right? But it hasn't done it yet. So we gotta give it a second. SLC Auto, good to see you. Bullish CEO, good to see you, brother. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all got to get a hold of the OGs, dude. Send out the vibes on Telegram and tell all the OGs to come back, bro, and get with it, because we are over here doing work, and I don't want to hear any excuses. I made a video yesterday on Discord about the psychology that goes into this. I don't care about your feelings. You don't care about my feelings. We're here to make money. You know, if you can't get down with that, you're not going to be able to maintain what you do make. If you can't lock in with that psychology that you have to be a pit bull at this and get your money and get out, and that doesn't mean be a scammer. It doesn't mean be shady. It means do it the right way. Get on the charts, work hard, and earn it, right? And once you do that, everything changes, all right? You'll be able to maintain the money that you make. I said in the video that I just posted it today, but I made it yesterday. A great example. So you guys don't know this, but I only live like 40 minutes from the Biltmore House. The Biltmore House is one of the biggest houses in the country. All right. It's in Asheville, North Carolina. It was built by the Vanderbilts. It was based on their family name and them some other stuff. So Biltmore was the name they gave it. Right. The guy who actually started the Vanderbilt empire was the original dad. Right. He didn't build that house. His son built the house. All right. His dad was very frugal and didn't like to blow money. Some of the sayings that his dad had were, any fool can make money. Any fool can win. But those fools can't maintain that money for generations. And it's true. The wildest part is Vanderbilt was the richest man in the world for a little bit, and he fought back and forth with Carnegie and Rockefeller for that distinction. And eventually they got him, but he was railroad tycoon. So his sons lost the money and didn't have to work for it. So they didn't understand what it was like to work hard and make their money. So they got their money and they blew their money just like that. Poof, gone. They burned through 3 generations worth of wealth. The wealthiest family in the country was reduced to bankruptcy. Now it didn't happen that way, and there was some other stuff that happened. We go to the Biltmore House usually once a year. It's beautiful, and I would suggest everyone go. I love a good history lesson. What's up, Terry? And the Biltmore House is exactly that. It's got so much cool shit in it, so much character, dude. It's so worth the place to go at least once. You really need a 2-day thing, honestly, because there's so much stuff there, and it's such a big house. I mean, it's a castle, and you can't even go in all of it because it's so big. It's insane to maintain. But nonetheless, that psychology is crucial, and I don't want you guys to forget that. All right, so we've got a couple more minutes. I'm looking at Arbitrum here. Arb 5630. Right, 5630 Arbitrum. I've got a 100, 200 moving average cross happening right here. You see that? That's foreshadowing for the price to move back towards it. You know, yesterday she got very cranky back and forth, but it managed to stay over the 821 EMA and the 50-day moving average. So you're good there. It's still stuck under the 382 fib. We'd like to see it break that to continue this movement forward. And I'd like to see it break the 50 fib, but seeing as how this moving averages are kind of crossing now, I bet you the price doesn't have a chance to work all the way up there. It may see a situation where the 100 comes down like this, and the 200 crosses over like so, and we don't quite get all the way up there. Maybe we fall a little short. Whatever, it's fine by me. I recently flipped back into profit on ARB here. It was one of the ones I was down on. I've also bought and sold this a crap ton. I over traded this one, and that was another lesson learned, right? We should always be learning more lessons, always be learning new stuff. Don't ever get the feeling like you know it all, because I promise you don't. And this space will humble you real quick. I can't express that enough, how fast this space will put you on your ass. I don't want to see people lose. I want to see you do well. Last one, we'll do XRP. Hold on a second. Baylor 2 times says, thanks for all the game. I'm soaking it up. No Diddy. Let's go, bro. Can you look at WIF? Looks like we did the cross. $3. It's bully. All right, let me get another tranny fluid fired up here because I'm out. And I owe you a drink. Splat out. Bud Light. No Diddy. All right. Do XRP, then we'll do WIF. So we're over the 821 EMA. We haven't quite broken the 50-day moving average. It's got an extreme pinch going. It's going to pop up here. And when it does pop up, it's going to aim right there for that 50 and 200 moving average again, just like I just showed you on Arbitrum. The same thing's going to happen with XRP. It's only a matter of time. Just needs some more energy here to get moving. I'd like to see it jump over these moving averages. Talked about this a lot before, but here is the buy zone chart that I've got marked out for us. It really needs to get above this red line up here, which is above those moving averages, which will happen eventually. Given into the summer, I like 75 cents to happen eventually. It just hasn't gotten there yet. It's going to have a hard time getting through there. It won't be an easy fight. It will be a struggle. And WIF will be the last one we do. And I forgot the timestamp, but I believe it was 59 minutes. And dog with hat. All right. So you've had a very aggressive run up, and you've gotten on the wrong side of a trend line here. That's not the end of the world, because just like I showed you a minute ago, as long as it continues to consolidate sideways and not necessarily fail its spot and hang on, not bad. We saw this exact same move on Kakinu. You saw this same move on SHIB and Doge, where it kind of built pressure up, eventually making a parabola and popping out. She's not there yet. It's very close. It's still under the 50. I don't like that, and I don't like the fact that it's trying to fail the 821 EMA. It's close. It's not there yet, but it's really, really, really close. It might be so close that it's not worth arguing about. I'm not in this one, but if you were going to, and if it was me, I would wait till it got to the other side of that trend line myself. I like to play it a little safer. Yeah, we just talked about Big Time, Terry. You got on a little late. But we can talk about it again right after this. We get on Zoom, because that's been an hour. It flew by. That was really, really fast, honestly. I didn't expect it to go that fast. So thank all of you for being here. I appreciate every single one of y'all coming on here, dude. We maintained a pretty good number of people here, which is dope. Thank you all for watching. I'll leave you with these 3 things. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me. I appreciate that more than you'll ever understand. Make the best of your days, the worst of your tomorrows. Let's have a better day every single day. No matter how bad the first day was, the next one can always be better. And if no one else has told you they love you today, hey folks, Keith loves you. Y'all be good. Sky's the limit. I'll see y'all next Thursday. Peace.